In this video, I'm going to show you how to author the Events and Trips Aggregation component C110. This is actually a very simple component to author. It's going to live on the Your Events and Trips page of the donor portal. It'll be the main component on that page and the main place where donors will go to view information about upcoming or past events and trips. However, what's important to note about this component is that it only works when you have event or trip pages authored. So I'm showing you this file path here so that you can see how beneath the node on your events and trips in this donor portal, I have 3 event pages built out. So each of these pages is in the event detail page template. So you can see some information here, the TNC event detail page template. And all the metadata is filled out on this page and it's published. And so information from this page and the page properties is what is going to be pulled into this events and trips aggregation component. So before you can use it, you have to have these events pages built out, and they have to be individual pages built out on the donor portal for that individual donor. You won't want to pull these in from other places on nature.org. Okay, so now I'm going to open up this events and trips page here. And I've got my hero image already authored on here, and so I'm going to add that events and trips aggregation component. And open the authoring dialog. So the first thing, you have again an option to hide search. I'm not going to hide search, but you could if you needed to. And then the first thing I'm going to do here is add an event type. And so your event type can be an event, trip, or events and trips. I'm going to go with just events because we only have events that I have authored on this portal. But if you have a page that's trip type, you could, as shown here, you could add events. You could add these are going to add tabs on the in the component, as you'll see. So you could have events tab, you could have a trips tab, and then you could have you could have future events, future trips, and then you could have tabs that are future past events and a tab for past trips. I'm going to show you this with future events, and then I'm going to add another tab for past events. And then I'll show you how we can do variations on that. So that's it for actually authoring the component. All you do is add the type and if they're upcoming or if they've already happened. And then all of the rest of that information is going to be pulled in from the components themselves. So we're going to view as published, and you'll see now it populates with the events that I've authored. So 2 of these events are upcoming. I am recording this in early October 2019, so you'll see that my this October 26th event is showing as an upcoming event, and so is this March 30th, 2020 event. And then past events, you will see there was an event from July 5th to August 30th, 2019, so that already happened. And so I could go back in here and I'm just going to show you, say I've got events and trips, but I also want to show upcoming trips and past trips. So these will just add additional tabs, and you can reorder the tabs by grabbing this kind of directional arrow here and dragging and dropping. So maybe you want future together and past together. Oh, I can only add up to 3. The element needs to be lower than 3. Oh, I can only add 2. Okay, well, there you go. That's why we have those warnings. So now I'm adding a future trip and a past trip. And so you see that just changed the titles there. So you can have up to 2 tabs, apparently, and they can be upcoming trips and events and past trips and events. They can be upcoming trips, past trips, or upcoming events, past events. And that is your trips and events and trips aggregation component, C110. And as we mentioned, make sure that you actually have published events or trips to be able to populate that component with. If you don't, then it'll just show up as having, so actually let's take a look at that. We have trips right now as our parameters. So it'll say there are no trips to display because we have no trips authored in the portal.